Welcome back to Today in Yuma. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Teresa.
Joining us this morning, we have Ronnie Baumgartner in the studio with Ask Ronnie. Good morning.
Hi, how are you?
Good to have you here. Well, we wanted to have you on because you've been writing a column for the Yuma Sun, our local newspaper, for some time now.
And happy National Columnist Day as well.
yes.
So I was listening on the way here. Did you know it was National Columnist Day when you booked me?
No.
Isn't that crazy?
I figured it out yesterday when I was putting like the national days together. I'm like, how weird is that?
I know. I was like, okay, the universe is crazy.
Well,
Exactly.
And then Cal just now was a lineman for 38 years. It's
And we
all
had
wow.
no idea.
See?
That's awesome.
That's how it works out. Well, tell us kind of how you got into doing this column.
Well, I've always had a dream of being in the newspaper or writing for a magazine, and I got relationship coach certified. So that's what I do. I'm a relationship coach. And I was like, how am I going to put this certificate to use? And I just called Lisa, the publisher at the paper. I just went to the top, and I was like, nervous and shaking and sweating as I called her, hoping, don't answer. And she answered. And I just kind of went through this speech of like, I'd really like to write an advice column for the Yuma Sun. And she was like, well, that's crazy because we're looking for one. And so she just rolled the dice on me. She had me sending some examples, and she hired me. So that's how I got to do it.
Yeah, and when you're doing this, again, you're doing it from, you are actually certified to do this.
Yeah,
You know, you're an actual relationship coach, which is important because it's not just somebody that's writing a column that's giving you advice.
That's right.
It's coming. You have a background behind it.
That's right. It's life experience. I worked in the mental health field too for 2 years, like teaching people with physical, emotional, mental disabilities, like life skills, coping skills. I ran groups for people like that. I worked at a place called NASCARE for 2 years. And so that really gave me the background to be able to do this. And then I was like, no one's going to take me seriously if I don't get a certificate. So I did that. And I think that really helped me. But I mean, it's really life experience, but I absolutely love it. I answer 3 questions. It comes out every Saturday in the Yuma Sun. And it's awesome.
Now, people can, you encourage people to send you questions and things like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What is the best way for them to do that?
Oh, there's so many ways. So you can email me at Ronnie. So it's actually called Ronnie's Remedy.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it's called. It's called Ronnie's Remedy at gmail.com. You can email me. And if you find me on social media, just search for Veronica Baumgartner or Ronnie's Remedy Yuma Sun. I have links on all my social media pages where you can submit an anonymous question. Because, I mean, we do live in a small town. I'm sure people are like, oh, she's going to know who I am with my email address. So there's a Google form where you can submit an anonymous question. You can message me, and that's how you can get me those questions.
All right. And you had the opportunity, we've been carrying the Kid Craddock Morning Show for a number of years now, and you had the opportunity to go on with Kelly Raspberry, who does love letters to Kelly. She's been doing that for a long time. What was that experience like for you?
I just sent her a message on Instagram, and I did not expect a reply, at all. I was like, this chick is so famous. There's no way she'll even read it. And then, boom, I get an email. It was so fun. I had a blast. I just did it from home. We answered 3 questions. And it was funny because when she talked about it on the show the next day, she's like, immediately we disagreed. And we did. It was so funny. But that's okay,
Well, again, different perspectives.
Yeah.
That's what makes the world go around.
Yeah.
People are all different. Advice is going to be different.
That's right.
So you can take the same exact scenario and ask 4 people, and you're going to have probably 4 dissenting opinions.
So it was fun. She's really sweet. And I really, really thank her for giving me that opportunity. That was really fun.
All right. Well, again, there are multiple ways you can reach out to her.
I did put the link to. I think it's like a Google page where you can. It has all of your contacts and stuff on there.
Yeah, I have a website. Yeah,
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, you can book a free coaching session. You can read my columns. I also do social media videos answering a question. But I do want to say that the Yuma Sun, they have a summer special going on right now with digital subscriptions. And it includes online articles, e-edition, and the mobile app, and it's only $5 a month right now.
For digital?
Yeah, for the digital. So if you go to yumasun.com/summer, or you call them at 928-78333 and use the code SUMMER, you can get that, and you can read my paper. You can read my column in the paper every Saturday. I love the Sun. It's such a staple in the community. Yeah,
been around a long time.
Yeah.
Yes. And $5 digitally, that's not
that's
bad at all.
so cheap.
Yeah,
I was like, what?
So give us some examples of the kind of questions that you answer.
Oh my gosh, they range from everything. I get a lot of mom and teen questions, like how do I handle my son doing this, or my daughter. I mean, there's marriage questions, there's work questions, like my boss is micromanaging me, or there's a lot of marriage questions. It really, really varies. It's that's what I'm here for. It's like a lot of people think relationship is just marriage, but it's not. Like,
it's not.
Like you two have a relationship.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like everybody has a relationship, and so it could be any question. But yeah, I love when I get a question.
She and I are basically common law married 2 times over.
Exactly.
We do everything together.
We do.
But it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it is. And it's I'm glad you brought it up that way, because I mean, it's all relationships.
That's right.
But you mentioned too, maybe someone is concerned, you know, Yuma's like a big little town.
Yes.
And people might be concerned that
Yep.
some of the information might be revealing. So
Yeah.
maybe they don't want to ask a friend, or they don't want to be judged.
That's
you
right.
know, anytime
Yeah.
you present questions that are very personal,
Yeah.
I think we all fear, oh, you're going to judge me in some way. But you're just wanting to, you know, kind of get a feel for different things.
Yep.
So maybe you don't want to go, I don't want to talk to Teresa
Yeah.
about this,
Yeah.
but I can ask Ronnie.
Yeah, I have an unbiased opinion because I don't have any like skin in the game. I don't, you know, you can listen to me or not. Like that's how it is. But that's exactly right. It's hard to go to your mom. It's hard to go to your husband for everything. So that's why this way it can be anonymous. I don't even know who you are, and I can give you a little bit of help that way too.
Especially if it's about one of those relationships.
Yeah.
And you don't
Yeah.
wanna,
You don't want to go to your husband about your husband.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So no, well, it's a great opportunity. And you mentioned you do the social media videos. I
Yes.
just saw the one about the most recent one was about divorce, I think.
Yes. Yeah.
How frequently do you do those?
Oh man, I try to do one once a week. I try
okay,
to do one once a week. I post it. You know, I do it all by myself at home, so it takes time for sure. But I love that. I love being able to answer a question and get like way more in depth about it than I could in the paper. You only have a certain amount of words,
Yeah.
you know, in the paper. So I'm trying to put in like so much information in a little paragraph.
Well, it's kind of like a follow-up too to
Yeah.
what's being printed.
Yeah, exactly. So I try to do those once a week, and yeah, it's awesome. I love doing it.
Well, again, Ronnie's Remedy, you can ask her anything.
Yes.
You've got this just kind of bugging you, or you're just generally curious.
Yeah, I want to help, and I just really want to help people get out of their head.
Yeah.
Like you're stuck there, you know, thinking about your problem. I want help get it out. It loses its power over you, and then maybe you get a little different perspective about what's going on too. You know, so
Has your since you're a mom of a teenager now, has your perspective on that changed?
what do you mean? Like,
Well, you were a teenager once yourself, as was I. Times are a
Yes.
little different,
Yeah.
and,
Oh
and
my
I,
gosh.
I have a son.
okay,
You have boys and a daughter
Yes,
too.
yes.
So you know you kind of have a different perspective than even I would.
Yeah.
You know when it comes to that, but you know everyone we see comments all the time. It's like. Oh, teenagers. Or the kids are 12 and they're turning 13 and people are like instinctively, good luck with that.
yeah, exactly. And you know, I don't believe boys or girls are worse. Like once the hormones hit, it's on. You know, but like Kemper's pretty easygoing. But yeah, when I look back at how I was at 15, totally different
Totally
ball game.
different,
I was
yeah.
not good. So he is doing great, but we still have the talking back and we have all the things. So yeah, it's just learning from my past and what did and didn't work for my mom, and then applying it to today. But no one's perfect,
Well,
like by any means.
Yeah.
From toddlers to teens.
Yeah.
You know, there's different milestones and age groups too where it's like, oh my goodness. And we kind of all wish that we maybe just had a little bit of help. Or they don't come with a manual.
No.
That's why I call the first one our guinea pig. I know it sounds messed up, but we're learning what to do with the 7-year-old and the 3-year-old with you. But he gets a lot more freedoms too.
Yeah.
Like there's a difference in being the oldest.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Oh
sure.
my goodness. Well, again, feel free to reach out to Ronnie and
Yes.
follow her on social media too. But if you want to get in on that summer subscription, the digital subscription, what's that website again?
It's yumasun.com/summer.
Okay.
Or you can call them at 928-783-3333 and get that $5 deal.
That is so affordable. $5 a month.
Because a lot of people say how expensive it is, but that's pretty cheap. Like that's what I think. So yeah, get that deal.
All right. Well, great information. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
And get Ronnie your questions.
Yes, I need them all. Thank you so much.
All right. We are going to take our Village Inn Pizza Parlor selfie here in the studio.